All right, the Phantom has arrived, and I'm so stoked. And I'm actually about to go watch the movie with my kids. So here's a quick little look at the Phantom in the box. We get a gun. We get the blast effects for the ring that you see there. He's got both rings, and got this kind of old school looking NECA logo over here. But yeah, he comes with Zuffy, of course, from the cartoon, the animated, and not much going on the side. It's the #1 in the series. Here's all the other figures in the series on the back. Lothor, Mandrake the Magician, Flash Gordon, the Phantom, and Ming the Merciless. We get his little bio and all that good stuff, so you can read that if you like. Product shots. Then this little blurb, you know, of the logo from the animated series. And there's the artwork on the other side. Now, this figure is prone to breakage, so I am going to go bathe him in some hot water. So we'll be back. So here is the Phantom in his little hot bath, enjoying the jacuzzi and all that. I'll just pour some hot water in there. And I got him in there. So what I'll do is, while he's submerged, I'll gently start working some of the joints around very slowly, and just kind of get him, get everything moving, so we don't have any breaks or any other kind of surprises. So I'll work on that, and then we'll be back. All right, so we just spent like literally 25 minutes moving some of these joints. So far, what's left, this hip socket is not swiveling left or right. The leg is not rotating forward and backward like this one is. So we gotta unfreeze this joint. The lower arms are bending on both, but I think the upper arm on this one is not bending. Ab crunch is moving, head's fine, shoulders are good, wrists came loose. Almost every single joint was frozen, so I've literally had to apply hot water to every joint. These are finally swiveling. Took me forever to get them loose. The toe on this foot was stuck straight up in the air, wouldn't come down. Got all that working. Ankles were the only joint on this thing that actually moved out of the package. And there was paint missing already right there on that hinge. So yeah, super job, NECA. So now I'm about to take the blow dryer of destiny and work on him some more. Alright, so the way these are constructed, this leg peg, this round piece here, sits in this socket, and then this leg pegs into that leg right here by a peg. So you have to mount this in here and then plug this leg back in there. This joint was frozen solid inside this hole, so I had to essentially like boil this and peel it out to get it to move. It never would have moved without boiling water and a hair dryer and a lot of patience. So these things are horrible out of the package. So now the only joint I have left frozen is this swivel. This is supposed to rotate 360 inside the leg, and it's not, it's fixed. So still working on getting that moving. It's neat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Phantom, the ghost who walks, out of his packaging. So, yeah, he is unfrozen now, with the exception, still, after another 20-30 minutes of trying to get this hip joint to move, it is still not moving, so I'll work on it some more later. But I'm tired tonight, and I have to be up at 4 a.m. for work, so, we'll do what we can with what we've got. So, for the articulation, head is on a ball peg. It moves up, very nice. Moves down, very nice. It is a double ball peg, so you get movement, you know, that means like you can tilt it back and down, up and back. So you can go like to the side, then you can come to the center, and it like toggles in there side to side. So if you pull it straight up, it's there. So the peg, you gotta stand up or lean over and then tilt the head too. So you can get some cool looks out of the head. Hold on, we're not focused on the figure. There we go. So arms come out to there and down and around 360. Voila. We do get a swivel at the bicep here. We get double jointed elbows. That top joint is still pretty tight, so but it is moving now, so there's that. Then of course we get wrists that swivel and hinge in and out. Phantom ring. So then we get an ab crunch, which is really good. Then we get a backwards, just slightly backwards. So this is kind of his normal posture, and we get a very slight backwards bend. So yeah. Then we get legs here that will kick to there, back to there. We do get a swivel here. This one is tight, but it is moving. This one is still stuck. Thank you, NECA. We get double jointed knees. Get you to there. We get a boot cut swivel that is very tight, but it's moving finally. So that's neat. Yeah. And then nice and fluid toe articulation, point down and up very nicely, and then we get toe articulation, so that's neat. So looking at the figure, like, it's a gorgeous figure, simple in design, but I just love it. True to the animated series, and in the film it was a little more of a reddish purple. This is kind of a more closer on the blue spectrum, and a little bit paler, like a lavender. It's much richer in the film. I love the sculpt of the back. Look at those traps. Absolutely sick. Traps. You can't see those on Batman as well because he's got a cape on. You know, it's kind of hidden. But on the Phantom, they're popping. So yeah, tricep sculpt is good. Everything looks good, you know, sculpt wise. It's a beautifully sculpted figure. They just gotta work on these freaking joints freezing up. I don't know what the problem is or how to fix it, but somebody up there NECA need to look into that. So yeah, aside from the awful joint issues, what they really need to work on is their choice of peg color. Okay, the hand is tan, the shirt is purple. We don't need a purple peg, we need a tan peg. So when your paint chips off, it exposes a tan peg, not a purple peg. Down here, we need a black peg, not a purple peg. He's not wearing purple boots, he's wearing black boots. Why is there even purple here? So these are just kind of bonehead things that they're not doing. I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they're not thinking. But anyway, obviously everybody's frustrated with these figures because of the issues we're having with the articulation. Issues that we shouldn't be having as long as NECA has been making these figures now. So They're particularly bad on the Phantom, I think. I think I've heard that the Flash Gordon's not quite as bad. And yeah, I don't know about Ming. So anyway, just frustrating to have such an awesome figure and have so many problems with it. In the film, he does ride a white horse, so thought I'd see what he looks like on a horse. Very nice. Very huge. So yeah, looks good on there. And he also has a pet wolf named Devil. And I've got a wolf somewhere that's probably just a little bit bigger than 7-inch scale. I think it's probably more of an 8-inch scale, but it'll work. But like I said, it's late, I'm tired, didn't have time to dig it out. So anyway, some quick size comparisons. Alright, here he is next to Batman by NECA, also, with whom I don't have all these issues, so I don't know why it got worse. You would think it would get better from last year to this year, but the articulation's actually much worse now in terms of the joints sticking. It's the same exact articulation setup, but these joints are just having horrible issues. And then this, of course, is my custom Sergeant Slaughter that I just made yesterday, day before. I took a gung-ho body, painted the boots black, and cut his little handlebars off of the mustache, and then took the glasses and hat from a WWE Sergeant Slaughter. So, and then I took this shirt from a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Elite figure and threw it on him. And then that's a John Cena dog tag set. So there's Sergeant Slaughter. Here he is next to DC Universe Classics Superboy and Wildcat. So you can see he's a 7-inch figure, so he stands quite a bit taller than they do. And they are, 6-inch figures. And here he is with Miles Morales from Marvel Legends, from the Spider-Verse line, and of course Peter B. Parker. And you can see he's quite a bit taller than they are. And here he is next to the 2-pack, first appearance, Wolverine, Incredible Hulk. He comes with quite a nice little assortment. We get Zuffy here, of course. So if you watch the cartoon, you know Zuffy. I think the head is on a ball peg. Oh, that just popped off of that ball peg. So arms, legs, head, all on ball pegs. Even this probably needs some hot water before I break it. So there's that. Thanks for nothing, Zuffy. And then we've got these blast effects, which we've seen with Superman's laser eyes. So you got this pointy little end here that goes in that where the ring would be on the other hand. So he can energy blast. And then we have this one that has a hole in the end. And that goes in the blaster, which is kind of a navy blue, metallic navy blue. And all the figures in the wave, at least this first 3 we're getting, have that pistol. So there again. Maybe we can blast this hip and it'll start moving. But anyway, cool little piece there. Like the way it looks. Nice detail on the sculpt. So that's fun. Then we get this hand for gun holding, and he uses some 45, some Springfield 1911s. Yeah, in the film. I don't know about comic book. And so this will hold his little laser blaster, but I'm gonna get some guns and put them in these hands. And I'll get the Flash Gordon hand, because Flash Gordon's opposite hand is a trigger finger hand, and then I'll be able to put guns in both of his hands. So stay tuned for that. And then we got this little short little blast effect also. So it's in essence like a muzzle flash perhaps, and not the full energy blast. So, final thoughts, summary, beautiful looking figure, stoked to have it. Frustrated that I had to spend an hour just to get it where I could kind of halfway move it around without breaking it. NECA really needs to figure their ish out with this stuff. It's awful. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to keep working on this hip joint. I don't know if it'll ever turn loose, honestly. It's been in boiling water, it's been under the hair dryer, and the more I try to move it, it's actually acting like it's trying to tear apart that ball joint or hinge joint in there in the hip socket rather than actually freeing up the swivel. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep messing with it, see what I can come up with. If you guys have any tips on what I can do to get that unfrozen, feel free to comment. And yeah, so do I recommend the figure? If you're an in-box collector, knock yourself out. If you're an out-of-box collector, you just got to know what you're in for. You got to know what to expect. It's going to be a headache. So I'm excited and frustrated at the same time, if that makes any sense. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Check out my Instagram for other action figure photography, figure reviews, toy news, etc. And I'll see you guys later.